Discovering phase, refining phase, or manifesting phase. Which phase are you on your course? All right, greetings everyone. I suppose we all are doing well and having a wonderful time at our individual location. Happy new month. All right, we are very grateful. I know you are grateful to God. Looking at January till now, God has been so faithful. We just have to be grateful to God at this time of the year. All right, I'll be doing a part 2 video. The part 1 I did some weeks back of who should I marry is still very much the question. Who should I marry? And I'll be starting with this. Singleness is not a curse. To being single, to being alone, that you have not seen the right individual doesn't mean you are cursed. Let's find a way of understanding this. I don't care to know your age. I don't care to know where you are from. I don't care to know, the struggles, the breakup and all of that you might have experienced in the past. That you are watching this video at this present time and you have not seen the right one to settle down with, you are not cursed. It is not a curse to be single. That's the first thing I want us to understand. Then the second part of it will be marriage is never a promised land. Marriage is not a promised land. So meaning, if you are not happy as a single brother, as a single sister, being alone, you are not happy, you are not complete, you don't see yourself as, as a complete human, as being whole, as being, as special, relevant, valuable, as being single, it is not marriage that will give you those things. Marriage is not a promised land. Find a way of settling this. I said some things in my previous video that marriage is not meant to make you happy. It is meant to make you holy. That's basically why God tried painting a picture that the church and him is like a marriage. Just as the church is like the bride, while Christ is the groom, same also is the husband and the wife. That as we begin to commune together as a church with God, we see ourselves becoming like God. Same also is husband and wife. As you begin to stay more, stay together, interact, communicate, relate, you begin to grow. Each other's weakness is being worked on, and you see yourself becoming like Christ. So marriage is not meant to make you happy, but to make you holy. Ultimately, that's when you have a fulfilled life. That's when you have an abundant life as you stay more together, as you commune together as husband and wife. That's ultimately your happiness, your abundant life, your fulfillment will emerge. But it becomes challenging when, as husband and wife who have spent years together, 50 years anniversary, you are doing 80 years anniversary, 40, 20 years anniversary, and your life is still the same. Since you get married to this woman, since you get married to this man, your habits, your character, some negative things you did or you were doing before as a single individual, you are still doing it. The anger issue, the unforgiveness, the unkindness, not loving and all of that. It become a challenge that after many years of your marriage, these things are still very much alive in you. That still trace back to believers of these days that you see, you spend years and years in church and your life is not transformed. I pray God will help us in Jesus' name. You might have to go back to listen to those videos of mine on this channel. All right, the question still remains, who should I marry? I'll be taking a different dive, looking at the part 1 of this video, where I talked about the qualities, a major important quality you should watch out for either a man or a woman, in looking for your life partner. Yeah, who should I marry? Listen to this. Will you marry you? Looking at you. Yes, will you marry you? We just have to ask ourselves this question. Looking at we ourselves, the character you have, the habits, the way you see life, the way you respond to problems, the way you see people, the way you communicate, the way you perceive dangers, your approach to life generally. Will you marry you? Even as we watch out for, even as we want to settle down with the right person, people who have good qualities, God-fearing and all of that, how is your relationship like with God? Let's start with home now. If we should begin to look at you as an individual, how much did you know yourself? What did you know about fulfillment? What's your understanding like when it comes to relationship, when it comes to relating with another human being? How was it like then? If you should look back to your school days, how you had roommates, now it's okay, you are not living alone, you are enjoying your space and fine. How is it like when you now have another human staying with you, looking at your behavior? We have to understand these things. Let's still look at this other side again. Your ideology, your belief, your conviction. What did you know about God? What did God say about family, about relationship? What did God say about children, parenting, about purpose, about every one of us living out our essence of existence? What did you understand about staying together as an individual, either as a brother and as a sister? Even as we wait, it's good we equip ourselves. We don't prepare during war, we prepare before war. I don't mean to scare you. I don't mean to make you to begin to feel frightened or afraid. What do you know about marriage? What do you know about family? What do you know about parenting? What do you know about relationship, about love? Listen, even as love is good, love alone is not what sustains marriage. You don't have to know this when you are married already. Know now, as a single individual, love alone is not what sustains marriage. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what sustains marriage. You must know, and what you know, you must apply them. I beg us in the name of God. We must, how many books have we read? How have we been preparing for the right person we are praying for? Prepare for what you are praying for. That's what I'm saying in a nutshell. We must prepare for what we are praying for. This will be why I'll be stopping this video. I just needed us to know that even as we want this right person, let's be this right person first. We always attract our kinds. I beg in the name of God, prepare for what you are praying for. I pray God will help us in Jesus' name. I remain your friend, your brother Emmanuel Osahon. Do well to go and listen to the part 1 of Who Should I Marry? Trust me, it will bless you in no small way.